Hey gang, so here I am again at Mom's in Foxborough, Massachusetts, and we're going to continue this series I'm doing on smaller bikes. Right? You want to continue your touring, but you're an older guy like me, you want to take a step down a little bit, or maybe you're a new rider. So we're going to keep looking at some of these mid-sized bikes that you can do that with. And today we're going to go up one notch in the Tiger lineup, and we're going to take a look at the Sport 850. A couple of weeks ago, I had the opportunity to ride the Triumph Tiger Sport 660 and found that it was a great mid-sized bike that many riders, both new and aging, should think about rather than opting for those 800 to 900 pound cruisers. During my review, one of the commenters mentioned that the 850 Sport was the real value in the Triumph lineup, so I decided to go back to Mom's in Foxborough, Massachusetts and give it a try. The Triumph Tiger 850 Sport is the entry-level version of the Tiger 900. It uses the same 888cc inline triple engine, only slightly detuned. The 850 makes a claimed 84 horses and 60 foot-pounds of torque at 6,500 RPM. Conversely, the 900 GT is listed at 94 horsepower and 64 foot-pounds of torque. The 850 also shares the same frame and base dimensions as its slightly more powerful sibling. The weight of the Tiger 850 Sport comes in just slightly under that of the 900 at 423 pounds dry, and they both have a tank capacity of 5.28 US gallons. While the 850 and 900 share brakes with Brembo Stylema 4-piston monoblock calipers and a 320mm floating disc up front, they differ in that the 850 Sport does not offer cornering ABS, nor are you able to modify settings or turn off this safety feature. In the rear, both bikes offer single 255mm discs with a single Brembo caliper. But once again, the 850 does not allow modification of the ABS settings, nor does it offer cornering ABS. The dash on the Triumph Tiger 850 Sport is also a slight downgrade from the 900, using a 5-inch TFT screen versus a 7-inch. The functionality of the dash is also limited and offers only basic configuration and 2 riding modes, road and rain. Likewise, the 850 offers traction control that can be switched on and off, but it is not adjustable and does not function in corners. For suspension, the Tiger 850 Sport offers Marzocchi components, both front and rear. The fork is a 45mm upside-down cartridge with 180mm of travel. The front fork is not adjustable. In the rear, the gas pressurized monoshock can be manually adjusted for preload and offers 170mm of wheel travel. The suspension is definitely an upgrade over the Tiger 660. Now, as far as comfort goes on this bike, I am finding it to be extremely comfortable. The seat is much better than I was expecting, and the position is great for me. I might raise the bars up just a little bit, maybe pull them back just a tad, but that's just a little bit. I could actually take this bike out just the way it is on a long trip. I found the ergonomics of the Tiger 850 Sport to be very comfortable for my 5'9" frame. If anything, I might consider bringing the bars up about an inch, but as it sits, I could easily take a cross-country trip without modification. I also found the seat to be quite comfortable. I was pleasantly surprised, as generally bikes in this price range often skip on seat quality. In addition to being comfortable, I also found the bike to be light, responsive, and easy to handle. Triumph got the balance of this bike right, as it is a joy to ride. Gear shifts were also precise and smooth. Now, one thing that people do worry about on this style bike is the standover height. Now, I'm not a tall guy. I'm 5'9". I have a 31-inch inseam. I think this seat has something around a 32-inch height, and I am perfectly fine on this bike. I'm not really flat-footed out on the road. Here on soft ground, I am flat-footed, right? But I can easily handle this bike, coming to a stop and putting one foot down, which again is the way that you should do it anyway, so that you can keep both feet or both brakes operating. Keep your foot on the brake, keep your hand on the brake as you're coming to a stop. So Again, I wouldn't be too worried about it. It's just a matter of learning how to handle it. Taking the bike on the highway, I was able to keep up with traffic and easily pass when required. The 850 shares the same basic windscreen configuration with my Tiger 1200, and I find that they both work very well at freeway speeds. I experienced no buffeting and the bike was very stable, although it is a bit lighter than my 1200, so wind from trucks does push it around just a little bit more. So out riding this Tiger 850 Sport. Now, of course, this is a street version of this bike. And I'd have to tell you, I really like this bike. It is a lot of fun, got a lot of pep. This is basically the budget version of a 900, right? A Tiger 900. The engine on this bike is essentially the same engine as is in the 900, the Tiger 900. Maybe a little bit detuned for this purposes, but displacement and everything, exactly the same motor. The Triumph Tiger 850 Sport retails for $12,290. But of course there are a number of accessories available through Triumph. Taking the time to configure the bike with Expedition panniers and a top box, hand guards, heated grips, and lower engine guards will bring the price up to $14,976. For comparison, the base price of the 900 GT is $14,995 before adding accessories. There are not a lot of bikes in this 800 to 850cc category. A couple of direct competitors might be the Suzuki V-Strom 800DE that lists for $11,349 or the BMW F850 GS that starts out at $12,595. After riding this bike, I came away with a big smile on my face. It is comfortable, responsive, and has plenty of power to take me anywhere I want to go. As that gentleman who commented on my Tiger 660 video said, the Triumph Tiger 850 Sport is the real value within the Triumph lineup. If you want a great performing, great handling, great looking bike and don't need to have all of the latest and greatest technology, this bike really delivers. And for the starting price of a Tiger 900 GT, your 850 can come completely equipped, ready to roll on that next cross-country trip. So if you want to take a look at the Tiger 850 Sport, I suggest you give the folks at Mom's in Foxborough a call, and of course, tell them that I sent you. All right, guys, ride safe out there.